So, hi everybody, and thank you for joining us. By us, I mean me. Um, and this is the first time I do this format of live stream. I'm using an additional product which allows me to have a little thumbnail of me on the bottom corner. Um, just figured, why not? It's fun to play with technology, unless it doesn't work. So, for the reason that we're here, there was a lot of discussion. I started with a poll back about a month and a half ago about who uses the design presentation tool, or the drawing layout tool, and that sort of started a whole discussion. My poll was, the questions were anywhere from I use it daily to what the heck is the drawing layout tool. So the overwhelming number of people who responded said that they didn't know what the drawing layout tool was. So that sparked a whole conversation. And in the past, I've made videos to show how to do various things. And I started diving into it, and it seemed like it was really difficult to put into a short video. My videos have been, maybe 20 minutes or so. So what I'm going to do here today is I'm going to give you a quick overview and just a discussion of the drawing layout tool, and just kind of tell you why the drawing layout tool. Like things in 2020, it's not perfect. Nothing ever is. But alternates that you can use to present the information to your potential clients, and then your eventual clients and installers is, you have, a former employer of mine. We used an Excel spreadsheet that was formatted for 11 by 17. Highly recommend 11 by 17. You can get an 11 by 17 printer for $150 these days, and it definitely gives you the ability to show. Like, I have installers that when I put the plans on 8.5 by 11 paper, they have to put their glasses on and what have you. So anyway, I digress. So there's also PowerPoint. You could do it in PowerPoint. PowerPoint's fairly easy, drag and drop. You can create your views and your elevations and things like that, and then import them into PowerPoint. So that's a viable alternative. Microsoft Word, all of those. The key thing with this, though, is it stays with your design. So each time you do a design, once you've laid out the drawing layout tool once or twice, you might have three builder clients that you create one each with their logo. Then that works out really well. Once you've done that, you go in and do a design for them, and you go in and use their drawing layout template, and you're able to produce drawings for them fairly quickly. So the main reason why the drawing layout tool, for all its quirks, is you have the ability to refresh your drawings. So here I have a design. I've actually posted perspectives from this design in the group a couple months ago. But I have a few pages already set up for the drawing layout. So I'm going to go up here to drawing layout. And so this first page, actually I'll go to page 1. So you'll see a floor plan, a couple of elevations. These are clipped right from the internet. I just copied and pasted them right into these boxes. These boxes do everything that you need them to do in the drawing layout tool. So this happened to be a whole house remodel. So I had 2 bathrooms and a kitchen. So as you can see, I had the second bathroom, or actually this is the laundry, half bath, full bath, kitchen floor plan, the kitchen elevations, and then some perspectives. So you can bring lots of different things into this. The one thing that you'll notice on all of these pages is I do have a note in here that the scale is 1/2 inch equals 1 foot. The beauty of this is a lot of contractors, even if you don't have the dimensions aren't always legible, they don't always look at them, but they can take their tape measure and they can scale out 1/2 inch. So you can do all of your elevations and your floor plans at 1/2 inch. So I mentioned that that one of the neat things about this is it's live. Anytime you make a change in the design, it goes into the drawing layout tool. So one of the things I'm noticing on this screen is so here are my dimensions. And one of the things that you can do is you can show the elevation in hidden lines mode so that you have all of your cabinet nomenclature. So it's great for an installer. You have all of your dimensions, and I have here my wall cabinet dimensions, base cabinet dimensions. But one of the things I happen to notice is over here, this is missing dimensions. So what I can do is right here, I just go back to the design, open my elevations, go to that's called the hutch wall. So go to the hutch wall, and so there are the elevations there. I'm just going to center it, double middle click your middle mouse button, or your wheel is also a button. If you didn't know that, that's your third button, and you double click that, and that centers your picture. So here we see that we do in fact have dimensions there. So what I will do is I'll go back to the drawing layout. I'll right click and then I will refresh the image. And momentarily, of course it picks now to auto save. Wouldn't it be a hoot if it crashed right now, but I won't jinx it. So, see if I can get you guys up here in chat, see if you're saying anything. There we go. Okay, so it did refresh, but it moved it down. So all I have to do is right click, move image, and then center it back in the space, back in the frame. So there we have our boxes that have different things. So other things that you'll notice, logo. The logo can be brought in here. You have text boxes that you can put text into. It's really just a matter of figuring out exactly how you want to lay it out. If your contractor or your builder has a specific way that they like to see things, then you can set this up easily for them. You can get their logo from them, whether it be cut from their website or if they can email it to you. It really gives you a lot of flexibility. So another thing that's really cool, just wanted to show you this real quick. So this is so you can bring perspective. So these I cut and pasted. These are high quality. You can't bring high quality directly in there and have them refresh automatically. It would just take too much time. But you can save a view, which I've done, and that's in here. So I'll show you another thing that you can do to refresh, and I'm just going to do something really drastic. I'm going to go in here. And I'm just going to delete this vanity because I just want to have a floating sink and countertop there. Why not? So go back into the drawing layout and hit refresh, and it's gone. Hit refresh. Oops. Well, that's a surprise. It's because I saved a different image. So, but you can see from this, I did a few tweaks before I went live, so that's why that happened. That actually was the correct view, but I overwrote it. Sorry about that. So that is, I had something that I was going to say and it completely slipped my mind. So oh yeah, so if let's say Mr. Mercado, who's my customer here, let's say he wanted to make a change and he wanted to completely change the design. Well, if you're using Excel or PowerPoint or Word or any other tool outside of 2020, you'll have to generate all new views. You'll have to generate all new elevations, all new floor plans. Here, if you make a wholesale change to the design, you could, let's say, mirror it. Let's say for some reason you needed to mirror the design, or you needed to do a condo and you do the opposite. You can save as, mirror the whole thing, go back into your drawing layout tools, refresh the images, and you'll have all new images. So it's really a powerful tool. It's a pain to set up. I'm not going to lie. It is a pain to set up, but it can save you a bunch of time, and especially in our industry, time is money. whether you are designing by the hour or you're doing a free design model where you are getting commission. The faster you sell things, the more you sell. The more you sell, the more you make. So it's really a time-saving tool once you set up, and the beauty is you only set it up once. So sorry, I lost my train of thought again. So just some other things that are in here. So these I literally just copied from the internet, from the browser, the Chrome browser. This is an Amarok pull. This is an Atlas pull. Two different places. You're able to bring it right in here. So I'm going to go over to see if. Okay, so how do you get bonjour, Marie Claude? Um, Sorry, I just felt the need to practice my French. I'm actually going to be going to Montreal in about 2 months. Um, Quick fun aside, 2020 invited me to be on a panel of other users, and so I'm going to be going to Montreal to meet with them. So it's kind of fun. Really excited about that. So Patricia asks, how do I get the drawing layout? Um, so it's let's see. So I'm going to go back to, so it's under the presentation tab, or the presentation menu, and then drawing layout. It's also, I don't remember if it's the default, because I've highly modified my quick access toolbar. If you notice, if you don't use your quick access toolbar, you really need to use this. It is awesome. It by default lives up here and only has a few things on it, but you have the ability to customize it, and you can put things right on there. So if I use live order and I wanted to access it while I'm in the home menu, I have to go all the way over here to presentation. So I can actually right click this and add it to the toolbar, and there it is. So if I'm over here at home, I can click live order. I don't want to click it because I don't use it, but it's something that if you anything that you use frequently, and if you don't, if it's not up here in one of these large icons, there's a way that you can go in and add it by going more commands. So, and then it comes by default above the ribbon. I put it below the ribbon. I happen to design most of the time on a 32-inch screen, so it's a lot of real estate, so it's nice to have it down a little bit lower. Sorry, I digress. So Patricia, that's how you access it, either here, or if it's already on, that's where I went off track. So if it's not by default on the quick access toolbar, you can right click on the drawing layout button here and add it to your quick access toolbar. So that's how you get to it. Oh, Nadir just answered the question that I answered. So any other quick questions? I'm happy to answer if you want to just type it into the chat. But yeah, no problem, Patricia. So one of the things that came about as a result of the discussion that we had about the tool, about the drawing layout tool, longtime colleague of mine, Bill Zielinski, he's in our group. Some of you know him. We met years ago, and I've known him just in passing. But we were in Kevin's 2020 forum on Delphi. I don't know how many here. Or raise your hand if you're in the Delphi forums. Shout out to Kevin. But he had mentioned in one of the discussions that, I wrote a manual about that, and I said, oh well, that's cool. And I asked him about it, and he's like, well, it was only good up to version 9 because so many things changed from 9 to 10, and even from 10 to 11, that it became defunct, relatively soon after he wrote it. So it was a physical manual that he sold, and he sold quite a few copies of it. But it was something that just never got around to updating. So he and I started talking about it, and I said, well, I've got some time if you would like me to update it. He didn't have version 11, I have version 11. So it required some updating of some of the text and some of the screenshots. So that's what we did. So It's something that I know. I wish Mike from Australia, Mike Langensapen, were here. He's actually sleeping right now because he's in Australia. But he actually gave us a testimonial for the cover of the book. So if you watch this in replay, Mike, thank you for the testimonial. And we decided that we're going to just do an ebook version for now. Originally and I'll just kind of give you a preview of it. Originally, the physical version was selling for $149, and it again became defunct fairly quickly. So he just kind of dropped it. There are actually 3 manuals that he had written. So we're actually going to be re-releasing. We're going to update and re-release the rest of these manuals over time. So over the next couple of months or so. But this seemed like the perfect time to update this and give you provide you a tool that is really helpful. So just a few. So this is, you can see on the cover, this is one of his layouts, and the way that he does it, everybody's layout is going to be different. And that's the beauty of it. But again, once you set it up, it's set it and forget it. Anybody remember Ron Popeil? Set it and forget it. So this is just a few of the pages, and it's an in-depth, step-by-step lesson, or training that will show you how to do it. So that is something that we just put together, over the last couple of weeks, and it's now going to be available through the. So it's something that I'll drop a link in the chat here, but it's something that is available. Actually, this is it right here. Ebook version. Bill gave me the go ahead to tell you that just $79 for the ebook version. It's exact same information that was in the print version, just like I said, completely updated for version 11. And I'm a beta tester of version 12. And everything that I've seen so far in version 12 is the same in version 11. So there won't be any kind of update needed or anything, but we'll update it if necessary. It's the beauty of an electronic version. You can update it very easily. So we do plan on having a print version available if for a small add-on if you decide that you want the print version, and then multiple print versions if you're in a showroom and you need multiple copies. We can provide that for you. And then there will be a companion video course at some point in the near future, hopefully within the next month or two, as time allows. But this is available on the website, the Resources for Designers page, and I'm going to just drop that link into the. Hello, Paula. Thank you for joining us. So if you want to check that out, it's still fairly new. If you're going to receive it by email, it's something that it will probably take us 24 hours to get it out to you. So if you do decide that you want to go ahead and buy it, be patient. We'll get it out to you as quickly as possible. But did anybody have any scale each elevation? You can, yes. There is a way of scaling each elevation. It asks you what you want to use for a scale. So if you're doing 8.5 by 11 and you're just doing a smaller project, then you can tell it 1/4 inch, and you can tell it no scale. That's another thing about this. This is not only is it a great tool for your builders, it is a great tool for sales, because you can decide not to show any of the labels or the. So I'm going to use the sync wall. That's the most busy one. I'm going to go to my display settings. I'm just going to turn everything off. Dimensions. Labels. Okay, so there it's. Oops. How about my dimensions? One more click. Dimensions. Oh, user. Yeah, that's right. Because I used great tool. Another aside. Apologize, but that's the way my brain works. We have under annotations, there's the multi-dimensions. That comes up as a user tool. Multi-dimensions is fantastic. 11.12 upgrade. If you're at anything less than 11.12, upgrade. It's the most stable version. It has some great features like the multi dimensions, like the Omni Light. The Omni Light is an omnidirectional light in the room furniture that allows you to take a SketchUp shape or a light out of the cloud, because lights out of the cloud don't have a light source. So the Omni Light allows you to add that. So that's another great thing in version 11.12. So this isn't letting me do what I want to do. Dimensions. Oh, interesting. I'm going to have to report this bug to them because I have all dimensions turned off and it didn't delete the multi-dimensions. Interesting. All right, so I'm just going to hide that. Hide that. So if we go back into here, and I refresh that. So there you go. There's a sales tool that now they can't scale that because we're assuming that we went back in and told it no scale. Just like if you're printing something from 2020 and you tell it no scale or extent, it will expand it to fill the space. And it'll be much harder for people to steal stuff from you. So, but even if you're just doing a presentation, a sales presentation, and you just provide this is all you're providing is some perspectives and the specs of what you're providing, and then you just give folks that. That gives them a nice, really professional presentation that will allow you to, be above your competition and get that sale. And that, and then when it comes time to prepare everything for the installers, there's your nomenclature. There are your dimensions. I'm just going to refresh this, and yep, the dimensions are back, but I have to move it. So anyway, you get the sense for that. So I forget the question I was answering. So that was oh yeah. So the question was, do you scale each elevation? So how did you do the floor plan selections and the drawing layout? Hey Tony, I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, well that'll be great. So actually, there's one that we're working on for renderings. So, um, but anyway, the how did you do the floor plan selections and the drawing layout? Lynn, could you be a little bit more specific about what you mean? Um, so Amy, the furnishings on 11.12, that's a cloud thing. So if you have access to the cloud, you have access to anything that's available in 11.12 as far as decorative and furnishings go. So that shouldn't be any different at all. So I hope that answers your question. Sarah asks if I've experienced issues having the full pen elevation open on the same drawing. No, I haven't. I haven't had that happen. I don't know if that's maybe a function of. I don't know what that is, to be honest. That is a good question. I'm pretty successful. I print everything to a PDF first. So even if I have an 11 by 17 printer set up, I print it to a PDF first. That way, you can go into the PDF and make sure it printed okay before you're wasting ink and paper. And then you can go in and tweak. You can delete that PDF, tweak it, and then go back in and do a new PDF. So I recommend doing a PDF, and the PDFs are easy. You can just shoot them off to the contractor, and it's a scaled drawing automatically. So Sarah, I'm sorry I can't answer that. Um, so Lynn, the question, def save an image and crop. You can do either. You can save an image and then crop it, and make it the size that you want, or you can uh, do it right in the. That's what this one is. Uh, it's a. Yeah. Show you. Sorry. So. So this one right here. I'll say this one. Okay. So this is live. This is a saved view, and as you can see, it's wider. So it won't allow me to crop it here, but so you have to make your camera angle sort of the shape that you want. So that takes a little bit of practice. So if I wanted this to fit properly, and I don't necessarily want it to be almost looks like 16 by 9 ratio, I want it more like 4 by 3, 4 to 3, then I would have to go in and change my camera angle in order to do that. Actually, let me see. I don't think, yeah, I don't have one open right now. So let me go. I'll just open a quick perspective. Okay, so this is the perspective I used, and if I want it to be more cropped, I would go in, kind of zoom in to where I want to be. Like if you wanted this to be more of a portrait, because it's a tall unit, then you'd have to go in and do all this. One. All right, one more click. Yeah, oh, that's fine. All right, so then you go down here and new Hutch and save it, and then that would oops, actually I'm going to name it Hutch. Give me a second. So that way that should refresh. This is why it was so puzzling to me to do a complete live training. We're in the middle of the work day. This is the only time I really have to do it, and it would just be so time consuming. All right, so it's yeah, so that would require a couple more steps in order to do that. Um, but yeah, just save your picture to the appropriate format, your portrait, 3:4 or 4:3 or whatever makes the most sense for what you're trying to do. Oh, the top left floor plan. Back to your original. Okay, yeah. So that was so you're talking about this one right here, I believe, and that's just a smaller part of the larger. So that was just I can't remember how I did that, to be honest. Um, yeah, I think actually it will do, just like when you're printing something. This works very much like printing. So while you're printing something, you go in and you set it to show either the full screen or just the selection. So if you set it as just the selection, it will show you just that part of the floor plan. I think that answers your question. Go back to your questions. Okay, yeah. So that. So. Oh, no problem then. So any other questions? I'm gonna actually cut this off fairly soon. Just my day is crazy, but so again, the the manual is available if that's something that you want to check out. And corner of the layout. What am I doing wrong? It might be that you're setting. So I'll show you in the print settings, and it works very similarly in the. There am I. So let's say we wanted to print the floor plan, and we have this like this. We go to print preview. So if you have the selection checked off, and I'm sorry, now if you have current work areas and you have display checked off, and even if you go to your floor plan, let's go floor plan. So display, it'll just show that part of it. So you just have to make sure that you have it zoomed out all the way, or you turn on zoom. I'll show you what. So let me close this. I forgot I have a print preview. It's one of the things I keep here on the quick access toolbar is the print preview. So let's see. So yeah, fit to page, and you tell it the entire design, then it does the whole thing. So very similar the way it works in the layout tool. Hope that answers your question. Oops. I'll take a couple more questions. Anything that we've anything that we've talked about recently in the group that I can answer? So can you resize the frames? Yes, there are little handles on the frames that are, yeah, you just click on it, and very easy to just click and drag that. And that's actually another way that you can crop it down to a smaller size, is by doing the frames. Patricia, if you wanna, when we get off the, okay, see you, Lynn. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate that. Patricia, if you want to message me, maybe send me a screenshot of what you're experiencing. You can just do it right in Messenger. I'll watch for it. So that's I can see if I can help you troubleshoot that. Um, well, that's it. That's all I got for now. I'm hoping to do this a little bit more frequently. This is now that I got the technology figured out. Sorry it took me so long to get on, but I will again check out the manual if you'd like, and it's on the page with all the other resources. Though, please remember those resources are always there. I try to add to them. I haven't added to them in a while, but I have my tile backsplash video, link to my YouTube channel. Um, I actually have some tile backsplashes there. Um, I hope to add to that as time goes on. Of course, a link to the group which you're already in. But the underground catalog, if you don't have that, there's a link to my Dropbox for that. The old decorative items catalog, don't bother. It doesn't work anymore. They've shut it off. Cloud is the only way to get the decorative items and the old furniture. And then a few SketchUp shapes that I've found that work pretty well. And then a PDF with door and drawer front styles and hardware styles. So hopefully you check that out. That's I'll just put that link. Yeah, that's actually the link that's in there. It brings you to that same page. So I hope this gives you at least a better idea of what the drawing layout tool does. And okay, Amy. So I put elevations in. They're very tiny and won't let me resize them. So if you go to I think it's yeah, I think no, you know what it is? Open up your elevation and double middle click or click the this is what it is. This is what it is. I bet you $1 this is what it is. So if you go to right, so if I go here and bet you one of these is like that. Okay, here we go. This is a good example. So when you create an elevation, it actually goes really tiny because it fits it to the window that's here. Well, there's no window here yet. It's all completely up there. So what happens when you create a new elevation is it makes it teeny tiny. So what you need to do is you need to pull this down. You can either pull this down or another quick tip. Did you know this? Single click on that handle, and it brings you right to there. Single click again, brings you right to the handle. So that's Amy. I bet you $1. That's what's going on. So go into your elevation, either center double click or use your where am I? View. No. See, I use the stuff so infrequently that I don't remember where to find it. Um, so oops. Okay. Anyway, home. There it is. Yeah, sorry. Fit to window. So if you middle double click your wheel, or you fit to window, and that's how you find it. So if you're like way down here, and it tries generating it, that's how it's going to generate it in the drawing layout. You just need to make sure that this is fitting to the window. So, Amy, I hope that helps you. Terry, oh my gosh, I'm about I'm about to wrap up. It's good to see you here. But there will be a replay if you want to watch it. I will have that available shortly. So, but it was good to see you in here for a minute. But I'm gonna sign off. It was great to see you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.